wake up, it is you. As I breathe, it is you. As I live every day, it is you. Oh wow. As I walk, it is you. As I talk, it is you. Yeah, yeah. Everything that I do, it is you. It's no goodness of my own that I have what I have. I don't deserve the many blessings that you pour.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Forgiveness Fridays. I am super excited to be before you today to have none other than Dr. Marcy Ross in the studios with us today. I don't know if you've seen her. I've seen her. I had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of months ago, and since then, it's just like seeing a car. You see a car, you like the car, and then all of a sudden you just start to see this car everywhere. And that's what it has been like with Dr. Marcy. So I fell in love with you when I first met you. Beautiful spirit, guys. And she has a powerful, powerful message. And today, the topic that we are sharing on is, I'm not sorry. Mm-hmm. I am not sorry.
Not sorry.
And woman, it's okay for you to take a moment for yourself. Welcome, Dr. Marcy.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I fell in love with you too. When we came together, were you? Oh, yes. I didn't think you asked me fully before I said yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we just want to give a shout out to Cheryl Wood because that's actually how we met. Yes. Always bringing dynamic women together with such a loving spirit and heart and just genuine, right? Yeah. Just genuine all the way around. And so we're just going to hop right into it. I see some people tuning in on Facebook. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and put those questions in the comment. But I need you to do one thing before we get started. There's a little button to the left-hand corner of your screen that says share. So what I need for you to do at this moment is go ahead and share and invite. I know that we are women out there, and I know that there's some men. And guys, I'm going to tell you too, it's all right for you to take a moment and say, I'm not sorry. But women, you know, we do this all the time because we are the home caregivers. Okay. We take care of the children. We have jobs. We have everything. Now, man, I'm not discrediting anything that you do, but today, we ain't sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
That needs to be our hashtag.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes, there you go.
Sorry.
So, guys, if you are on here, hashtag sorry, not sorry, Forgiveness Fridays. And, we'll get this out because there are a lot of women who need to hear this message because we're placing ourselves in a lot of position where we're putting heavy things on us and it's making us sick. But let's get into who Miss Dr. Ross is. So it's the testimony time. Now, you know that you're here on Forgiveness Friday, mm-hmm. So I have to ask you to share with our viewers, what does the topic of forgiveness mean to you?
Whenever I think about forgiveness, and I've been giving this a lot of thought actually since we first spoke, and for me, forgiveness is hand in hand with healing. Mm. And so when you think about forgiveness, if it doesn't bring you healing, if it doesn't bring you peace, then I think you need to go deeper.
Okay.
You need to go. And I did the same thing with realizing, just from my backstory of, I was born actually to a teenage mother, and understanding that some of my childhood affected some of my adulthood, it in turn affected my self-care. Okay. And I thought long ago, I forgave her. I understand. She was 17. She did the best she could. But things happened in my childhood that I hadn't healed from. And so I realized that without healing, my forgiveness was just really, it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
And so I think that if your forgiveness does not bring you healing and peace, then you just have more work to do. Yeah. And that work comes with God, of course, God. Of course, God is where you have to go to. He is peace, and He is where the healing is, right?
Yes.
And so I had to learn that. And then just other women lifted me up. And this has been a very emotional week for me. I'm doing a Thrive, Grow, Thrive 40-day surrender fast. We have over 600 women in that group.
But that's a good support system. 600 women?
It's amazing things happening. And you know that typically when something is shifting in your spirit, the enemy is not happy. Okay. And so I'm having this kind of spiritual elevation. And so if I say that, I want to say if I start crying, I'm okay. I'm just open and I'm very excited. I am happy, so don't be alarmed.
You know what? I really want to get into that. We're talking about I'm not sorry, but I want to know more about this fast.
Oh my gosh, with Dr. Celeste Owens, it's amazing. So it's 40 days of surrendering to God.
Okay.
And it's really between you and God. You don't have to say, you have to surrender this. It's really going to God and asking, what do you want me to surrender? What do you want me to do in order to be closer to you? And so she has a book called The 40-Day Surrender Fast. She walks us through every day, the whole 40 days. We have over 600 women. We're still taking women in. So I invite you. You are invited to join us. We would love to have you and your whole tribe join us. It is amazing. It has been women have already had breakthroughs. It really is something, and it all comes from obedience. A very small conversation. God said, I want you to fast, and I want you to do the 40-day surrender fast. I did it before, and Kiana, I don't even lasted it wasn't good. And so I was like, God, okay. He said,
now, was it by yourself?
It was with Celeste. It was on her group.
Okay.
And so it was the book. I followed her. She's very big on Periscope. And so she was going on every day. And I followed her on Periscope. But I gave up chocolate. I surrendered chocolate for about 17 good days. But it's hard, And so God told me, you are a finisher. You are a completer, but of course the enemy's like, you're not going to finish that. And then you want to, then he said, I want you to do a group. I want you to call Celeste. And so my spirit pushed back because my spirit was willing, but my mind pushed back saying, I don't know how to facilitate. My assignment is I'm a gatherer. I gather people in a room. I've always done that. I know that that's my gift from God. I gather women together. I gather people together. But I'm not a facilitator.
Okay.
And so I'm like, you probably have to go through training. He said, call her. And this was happening seconds. This was live happening for me. And I just picked up the phone and I said, Celeste, Dr. Celeste, this is, we're really just becoming friends. And so to ask her to do this, I was thinking, I don't know, And I said, don't I have to go through training to be a facilitator? She said, I'll do it. And so that's why God told me connections and collaborations. That's how you're going to grow in 2019.
Yes.
If you're not connecting, you're not collaborating, then you're missing out on a lot of forgiveness, right? A lot of healing. And so what I realize is that God gives us talents. You have your talents and your assignment. I have my talents and assignment. And when we come together, that's when the magic happens. And so it's not about hiding or hoarding. It's about coming out and showing your talents, not being afraid to announce your talents and your assignment to the world, because God wants you to do that so he can bring you your partnerships. And he can bring you who you're supposed to collaborate with. And so when I said that to her, it immediately spoke to her spirit.
Now, you know what I just heard in that? I heard that you stepped up, you had a past failure, and you said you're not going to let that bring you down. You forgave yourself, and then jumped on the next hurdle and listened to what God said so that the forgiveness was able to redirect your path. So that's truly,
I told
truly.
You, I'm very emotional this week.
I'm not gonna make you cry. I promise you. So we're gonna get back into the topic of I'm not sorry, and that's for those women out there who are putting all of these things on their plate and not actually taking the time to care for themselves. And has this ever been a portion of your life? And if so, explain to us how, and explain to us how you got over that.
So yes, to answer your question, so give you the punchline very quickly, and I think it's very easy to do. I think that putting yourself on the back burner is kind of what's expected. It's like the wink, wink, nod, nod for women. I think that sometimes we take this whole superwoman syndrome to a whole nother level, and I'm like, I'm not a superwoman, because superwoman's not real. She's a fictional character. She never had a mortgage, a husband, a baby. I didn't see her anything that I have. I don't relate to her. And so I denounce that, you
Okay.
know, and so I think that what it does is it forces people to humanize you, you know. So for me, I, you know, got married in 2006, also had my first child in 2006, had my second child in 2008. So now I'm a new mom, a new wife. We bought a bigger home. I became an executive. So many things happened to me in the course of so much change happened for me, from going to be single to being a mom, a wife, an executive, owning a big house, having to manage that. And then the expectation of the world is that I'm supposed to handle all of that with
A smile.
I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. And so I bought into that for a long time, but inside I'm feeling very resentful. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm feeling like I don't know myself anymore. I did not give myself time to adjust to these new roles. I just jumped right in. I'm a pharmacist, so I have a graduate degree. I'm a doctor. And so I'm used to achieving high things. But when you know, for myself, but when you add on other people, other responsibilities, and a whole new world that you don't know, and I saw other women doing it, and I thought, what's wrong with me? And so I just suffered in silence. I really held all that in, but I always tell people I was overweight and overwhelmed. I no longer recognize my body. I used to, you know, I've been running since I was 15 years old. I used to exercise. That's really how me and my husband bonded. So while he's continuing to keep his right, he's to this day, my husband has a six pack. He's, you know, he's very handsome. He takes care of himself. And so I saw that he wasn't surrendering, or he wasn't completely donating his entire being to our family, or, you know, that's how I looked at it, right? I was the one that was the martyr. I was a sacrificial lamb. And so I was very upset with him. A lot of resentment, a lot of anger, but a lot of it was because I felt like I was failing, and I didn't know who to talk to, really. And so for me, after 7 years, my husband said to me, and this is something small that actually ended up being very big for us. He said, "You're not fun anymore."
Oh, wow.
Girl, and I tell you, I could take all this stuff off, wipe all this stuff off the table now. I'm so mad. And that really, in hindsight, I realized it was too much truth. Because I wasn't fun anymore. I was a taskmaster. We need to do this. We need to do that. We need to, you know, you're not doing this. You're not. And so our conversations became all about what he wasn't doing. And I need you to do this. And when we went out, I'm like, we would try to have fun. And I'm sitting across the table because I got something to say. When I have something to say, I got something to say. And so for me, it became, I couldn't let things go. I was so caught up on trying to be excellent, which I'm not saying don't be excellent, but I was trying to control everything, and hide that I really was lost. And so we went to counseling after that not so good exchange on my part, and I was very upset with him, and I sat in counseling. First, I wasn't going to go, and thankfully, love, you know, his love for me, because he never said don't go to the gym, don't go with your girlfriends. He actually was very encouraging for me to go. But I had decided that that's not what I had sacrificed my self-care. I had myself.
Yes.
He didn't do it. I did it myself because I had bought into this superwoman syndrome.
Wow.
I had bought into I felt so guilty every time I left. Wow. Every time I left the house, every time I wasn't somewhere with the kids, every time I wasn't, you know, signing up to, you know, do something for my job. And then when I left for work, I felt guilty for leaving the kids. And I came home and the house was a mess. It was awful.
Well, that sounds so much like my story, because it might have not been the big house for me, but it was the business for me. And I got so lost and so consumed in it, and just wanted to show. And literally, I want to tell you guys, it was just yesterday, and I had to go back and reflect on what we were going to talk about today. Somehow, I don't know how it happened, I got in a group on Facebook, and I got this message about all these instructions about what I'm supposed to do. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I'm sending a message I didn't understand. I need to be, you know, I want to be compliant. I want to show up. I want to do what I'm supposed to do. And then I got another message, and I said, what are you doing?
I don't even know who this group is.
You don't even have to be a part of this group. So I said, you know what? Delete.
Yeah,
You just have to learn how to delete those things, and that's a part of saying I'm not sorry I did that. I can't show up for everyone else and then there's nothing left for me to show up for. Like, I have to show up for me.
You do.
I have to show up for me.
I tell women, I said, you fill your self-care cup up till it overflows, and then you feed your life from the overflow. And that includes your children, your husband, your businesses. You feed them from the overflow. And so when you dip into that cup to feed other people, that should be a trigger inside of you. Nope, nope, no. And I tell people, once you decide that self-care needs to absolutely be a necessary part of your life, and I don't mean your hair and your nails, like it's deeper than that, right? Once you decide, then it becomes a conversation and not a confrontation. You don't have to say, I'm not doing that. No is a complete sentence. I'm not. It's just like you said, delete.
Yep.
It's no longer working for me, and it's very peaceful, right?
Yes.
It's very healing.
Yes, it was just
right?
like,
and you forgive yourself, like, oh, I put that on my plate and it's no big deal. I took it off and now I evaluated that's not where I want to put my energy, and that's okay.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. So, guys, I know that her story has to be touching yours because it's touching mine. And I don't know if you guys are getting anything from this, but I know God funny. He is so funny because every single person that I have on this show, every week, every topic, it is meeting me right where I am. And so just as much as I come and bring the show, we're here to present to you and share to you to help. It helps me just as well.
Yeah, and you help me too. It really does. I mean, being here, connecting with other women. For me, I always tell people self-care is my jam. So I always love talking about it because I know how hard it is. And people say, you know, I'm not a health coach. I'm not a nutrition coach, even though I am certified in that. I'm a woman's self-care coach. And so what I do is I help women embrace self-care without guilt or apology because I was there.
Yes.
And thankfully, we went to counseling, and by saving me, I was actually able to save my marriage. I was able to return to not the person I used to be, because now I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I do have those responsibilities, and that they are very valuable to me. They're very important to me. But if I lose myself, then I have nothing to give other people. And so now I have, over the course of the years, we're going on 13 years now.
Whoop, whoop. I'll be having 7 on Saturday, y'all.
Yay! But they know that when I no longer apologize for my self-care. I no longer put it on the chopping block. And when I do, because I'm human, I have to pick up my self-care bag every day.
Yes.
I have to just choose me every day because the world does not support women's self-care. The world says, do more, be more, go, Me Too movement, go fight for the... And I think that we can get caught up in that. And that we are not men, we are women, and we are nurturers, and we naturally, I think, give. Yes. And so it's hard for us to return that giving and that nurturing inward. Yeah. And I don't know why. Why? I love that question. Why? Why don't we do it? And I think if we stop and think about why, we will be astonished. It's like, yeah, why? Why am I doing this? Yeah. And so you start to build a plan on how to help you embrace self-care, and that's where I come in.
All right, that is awesome. So, guys, of course, the conversation was good. We done got a little bit behind in the time, but it is #MyBusinessIsGreatSpotlight. This is the opportunity where you can send in videos and we can share with the nation, guys. The nation. Remember, WBGR is global. It's not just here in the DMV area. What you're doing within your community. So, hey, you might not be here. You might be in Detroit. You might be in Mexico. Wherever, you still can tune into this platform. So this is the time where we're going to share what's going on with #MyBusinessIsGreatSpotlight. Guys, this is Kiana F. Brown, Dr. Marcy Ross. We will be right back. Today we're talking about I Am Not Sorry. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Hey guys, you're tuning back into Forgiveness Fridays. If you are just joining us right now, we're talking about I Am Not Sorry. And I have my amazing, phenomenal guest, Dr. Marcy Ross, with us in the studios. And she is a self-care expert.
Yes.
Self-care
I would say I'm a self-care
expert.
crusader. And my goal is to build an army of self-care crusaders.
Yes. So we're going to go into the space of letting people know how they connect with you, what you have going on. We're going to take a couple of minutes to do that, and then we have to get into the word and the definition.
Oh, I love it. So everybody knows that I'm doing a Thrive, Girl, Thrive 40-day surrender fast. You can find that group on Facebook, and the door is open. Matter of fact, the door is wide open. We hope to see you there. We would love to invite you into the family. I am also always on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter on a women's health rant. So you can always find me there at Dr. Marcy, and it's DrMarsie. I welcome you into my family. I welcome you. I'm always having conversations with women. We had a conversation last night on Thriving Thursdays, talking about love and shine and being your true self and the power of moments. And so, I would love to, have you guys look at that. You can look at that on my Facebook page. But I also am so excited to share. I'm actually, because so many women help me, I think that, and because I am a certified integrative nutrition coach, I understand that women in wellness, we need more women out there who are talking about wellness, who are being advocates, who are, helping women to understand that this whole superwoman syndrome has us, all jacked up. And so really, I'm here to elevate other women in wellness. And so this Women in Wellness Executive Council, our first meeting is March 30th, just coming together to see how we can support each other, how we can connect and collaborate, right? How we can bring our talents and our assignments together in order to help other women live.
Yes.
1 in 3 women die from heart disease. So we lose one woman every 80 seconds. And so it's very critical right now. We're not doing well. I don't care what Instagram says about hashtag women winning, all this stuff. Health-wise, we are dying. You think about infertility. And so not only the thing that we love to do, that we're brought here to do is, to help humanity move forward. Infertility is on a rise, fibroids. And so this council will be about a round table of women in wellness coming together to elevate their platforms to be able to share with more women.
Wow. I love the collaboration spirit. There are some people out there who want to be by themselves and be that individual to say, oh, I got here. But it's always good when you're doing it with your sister girlfriend, and then you have somebody to help celebrate you.
Yes.
It's lonely when you're at the top by yourself. So remember that, guys. We're going to go right now into the word. And I always have to have my worldly definition and my scripture. But I share the scripture first because it's most important to me. And so I'm paraphrasing from Genesis 1:28. Remember, this is coming from the beginning of the Bible, the first book in the Bible that we're sharing this. Resting from our work, our dominion, and delighting in the work of our hands, acknowledging God who gave us dominion. And for me, what this scripture is telling me is that we have to rest from our work. We have to rest from our dominion. The dominion is what he has given you, the world, the earth, and delight in the work of our hands. Be grateful, celebrate yourself for what you have done. So that's telling you to rest and celebrate yourself. Rest and celebrate yourself. It says it right there in the Bible. In the beginning of the Bible, it states it. That's when the world was formed. And we're not doing what God has said. And so for me, I feel that it's a disrespect to God when you don't take that time for you. I'm disrespecting God when I do not take the time for me, which allows me to take time with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
100% agree.
What can you say about that?
Yeah.
And then the definition in the dictionary is self-care. That's the topic that we're talking about today. It's the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's health. Preserve yourself. You got bags around your eyes. You're not working out. You're not being healthy. You're not creating longevity by doing that. You have to preserve yourself, taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness. Taking that moment allows for you to have happiness. Just like you said, taking that time to go to counseling with your husband, it allowed for you to not only to take care of yourself, but taking care of you allow for you to have other relationships.
It's so good. And the happiness, and that's why for my company is called Healthy and Happy Coaching. And I think that is exactly what you said. It's important to seek your happiness, and that's okay.
Yes.
It really is important for you to be happy. I have a free self-care guide on the website. It's www.healthyandhappycoaching.com. And it has everything you need to help you start your self-care journey.
Okay, and now that's for the journey, but is that also your website? Because I want them to
stay
connected.
Yes, go to healthyhappycoaching.com. And you will get your free. You'll learn all about what's going on for other events and other programs and how you can, stay connected. I do free discovery calls. So I'll give you 15 minutes of my time and we can talk about it. And that's what I love, right? I'm here. I love connecting and collaborating.
Yes. So we are just so thankful that you decided to join us, and we're thankful that you decided to tune in today. Remember that it's still not too late for you to share this message. You might have said, wait a minute, I want to hear it first. But now you know that it's the message that your girlfriend needs. So go ahead and share it. And we'll probably be doing a watch party a little bit later, so check out for that. But right now, I just want to know, I want to know more about this right here, because we're going to close out in just a second. But I wanted you to elaborate more on this Women's Wellness Executive Council.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. We're having it at Bowie City Hall, so they opened their doors up for this. They realize that this is very important. If you're a health coach, a therapist, a physician, a nurse, if you're a woman in any type of wellness or health care, you need to be here. This is where we're going to help to elevate. I've been blessed to be connected with so many amazing women like Shara Wood, Jessica Mosley, Dr. Valika Moore, so many women, yourself, and I want to be able to share the things that I've learned. I want to be able to bring my talents to the table and share, and have other women bring their talents and their assignment to the table so that we can all elevate each other. Because more and more we need to have people saying, no, self-care. You need to not do more. Self-care. Do self-care. Have you taken care of yourself? What are you doing? And it's past, of course you should eat right and exercise right, but it's more than, when's the last time you read a book?
What about your mental?
Right.
Self-care is, your mind is a part of that as well.
And just said no mas. When have you evaluated what you have on your plate? Like you said with the group, you were able to evaluate, and there was something inside of you said, that is not working for me.
It didn't.
When have you done that? I took a pottery class. I didn't like it, but I took it. But that was part of my self-care. My children weren't there. My husband. It was just me, and it was just something I wanted to explore, right?
When you said that, you said you took a pottery class. I don't know why it just jumped in my spirit. Sometimes we make investments in things, whether it's time or money, and you feel that you have to push yourself to do this because you made that financial investment. Let me tell you, the one thing that you'll be able to get back is money. But you won't be able to get your sanity back. You won't be able to get that time back again, and that rest that you should have had in that time. So I want you guys to reevaluate some of the things. And that, I guess, that was for me. Thank you, God. Because there's sometimes I invest in things and I want to do this. I want to be there and I want to show up. But if I'm not showing up for me, I can't show up for the project. I can't show up for the group, for whatever it is that I'm doing. And it's an investment wasted anyway, because I'm not investing in myself.
It is.
And in my health, right? You can invest in yourself mentally, but invest in your health.
Yeah, I agree. And this is one thing, anything I do, anybody knows, it's purposeful. I don't like to just bring people together to waste their time. I feel like, we're here together. Let's make it mean something.
Yeah.
Because we are short on time. And just be sure, if you go on Facebook, you can find this event. Just do a search for Women in Wellness, or you can reach out to me or inbox me to get more information. But I agree. We need to be able to evaluate.
Tag me, and if you have something you can share, and just tag me in it.
I absolutely will. You will be able to see this for
sure.
All
right. Awesome, guys. So we're going to wrap up today. I have some people out here. They want the website to be posted. We'll go back and post that right after the show, as well as with sharing this information about the executive council. I'm hearing good stuff from Portia. Diane is on here. Danny, Tanika, Shanita, Cheryl, Tawana. Just thank you all for tuning in. I know there's some folks over there. How are you? We're going to go and close out today. So what I want to leave you with is forgive yourself today. Start taking better care of you. Start taking care better of you. I know this past Monday I did a Facebook Live because I wasn't doing so great with my health challenge. Sunday, I'm telling y'all, I ate like a pig. And I looked at it and I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And so I said, you know what? Monday, I'm recommitting. And recommitting is a part of forgiving yourself.
It sure is.
So whatever it is that you're doing, it's okay to not be sorry about it, about taking the time and recommitting to you. Recommitting yourself to you, because if you're not able to be there for you, you won't be able to be there for anyone else.
And keep it real with yourself. Be honest with you. The fact that you were able to say that's self-care. You had the mental space to be like, you know what, this ain't right. I've done that. I'm telling you, don't put a pizza in front of me. I promise you, I'm going to be in trouble. But I can say, you know what, this is not good.
I've done it before. I would. What I call the words committing suicide with a fork, and I'll get into this space, and that's why I say, guys, forgive people. Tell me you're the forgiveness expert, and you blah blah blah. You forgive, and what makes me the forgiveness expert is because I have to keep doing it over and over and over again. If I have to sincerely forgive every time, you know, and it's just about making that next step to reconnect with your life so that you can repossess your life. That's what forgiveness is about. So, guys, I want you to tune in next week. We have another special, amazing guest for you. Dr. Willie Jolly will be joining us, and you know, guys, that he's going to have some amazing nuggets to share with you all. He has a new book that's out, and he's always doing something great. So I'm just excited to have him share with you all and just leave some stuff with you, deposit some things in you that are going to help you grow. Yes. For me, it was his book, A Setback is Nothing But a Setup for a Comeback, and that is purposefully how I'm living my life today. So, guys, I am so grateful that you decided to tune in with us, and I thank you for stopping by. We're about to go, but still hang on because I need to show you what's going on with me. So stay tuned. There are a couple of commercials that are going to show you some great and awesome things, and we'll see you next week. And I want you to remember that today is your stepping stone for a greater tomorrow.
Today.
I'm not sorry. See y'all later. My name is Kiana Brown, owner and stylist at Pooch Styles. We specialize in traditional grooming as well as creative styling and a variety of other services. If you feel about your pet the way I feel about my own, at Pooch Styles, know your pet will be in a loving, safe, and gentle environment. We believe in treating your pet with the same love and care that you would. The big change just don't offer the same.